Okay, so today we're buttoning up this EX17 Subaru Robin motor. You're not going to be able to see me very well, but you don't need to see me. So I cleaned everything up. I didn't clean the outside. I figured after I get it all back together I'll power wash the whole thing. But the inside is clean. The mating surfaces are clean. I got the new seals. This one, which I'll link below, is for the outside. That goes here. And we'll do that in a second. And this one is for the opposite side of the engine. I'll show you that one in a minute. And there's the model number. So, what I'm going to do, like I said, I cleaned all this out already. I don't have anything to do in here. The motor's clean, so I can put the bigger of the two goes into the back. And what we're going to do is just spray this with some PV just so it has a little bit of lube going in. You're going to just line this up as best as you can and then take a socket that is the size of the seal. This one's a hair over, which is actually good because then you bottom it out. And then you just bang it in and make sure it goes in straight. Alright. I went in just a hair under the edge, just so I'd straighten it out. And that's basically that for this. And then let's see how it mates. Yeah, it's going to mate just fine because it has to go down just a little bit further. So, what we're going to do now, I am going to go grab, of course I'm getting more crap on this just because it's sitting here, and the engine is all dirty. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make sure this is all lubed up really good. I'm going to grab I was going to use the Honda Bond, but I have this crappy RTV that I might as well use. This was something that came in some head gasket kit for a Volkswagen. I didn't use it for that. I used the good stuff on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a really thin layer on this because this had little to no sealer on it. So we're going to go as thin as we possibly can. I hope it doesn't leak, and if we have to, we can always come back. And we can reseal this, because it's not like it's a lot of work to open up the side of one of these. If you get any oil or anything in the silicone, you should really reapply it. So, that's why I just wiped some of that off. Like I said, thin on this. If I have any issues, I will report back with them. But the layer that was on here was like the world's thinnest layer of silicone I've ever seen. So it obviously is meant to be, it's been machined to be, you know, almost an exact fit. So any extra on the inside, wipe it out. The rest, just make sure there's a good coating. Hopefully it's enough. Like I said, this is cheap crap. I would recommend, I'll link below some good RTV for this. Doesn't really matter to me. If I have to take it apart, I have to take it apart. Alright, so this one is good. Make sure your seal is nice and clean. I already wiped this off. Now, there are two dowel pins. They're in these two holes. You just got to make sure they line up. And then you got to make sure the seal lines up properly. Which it's not. The seal decided to pop out. So let's put this in and we'll put the seal over this. Yep. That's what we got to do. So don't put the seal in beforehand. It doesn't want to go over. Look at that. You don't even need anything. I'm just going to push the seal directly on with my hands. There we go. So seal, something to be aware of on this one, likes to go on after the fact. It just didn't want to go around that edge. So that's that. Should be fine. Not concerned. Take off the extra crap here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these in and we're going to tighten them up in a cross pattern. So I'll do this on, this on, this on, this on, yada yada. Let me make sure. Let's get rid of all this crap. Let's find the right socket. Must be a 12. Yep, it's 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run them down and then tighten them by hand. Do it your own risk, yada yada. Alright, let's see. So now, I need this guy. Oops. I'm sure these have some torque value, which is probably actually pretty important. But I'm just going to do it till I feel it's tight enough. And just go back over, make sure none of them need anything else. Maybe a little bit snugger. Just don't put them so tight that you're going to snap anything. And I can see the seal, the gas can came out just like the old one did. See if you can get a good view of that. You see, in here there's just a little tiny bit, that's all you really saw. See, I did a little bit too much there. But you don't want to go overkill, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Alright, so everything is clean. I cleaned off the 2 oil filler holes. Alright, so this I need to clean up a little bit before we go any further. So what I need to do, I just want to clean this inside the edge. Make sure it's nice and lubed up, which it is. Wipe off some of this crap so it doesn't fall in. Alright, now we're going to take the seal for this side. There's a little bit more crap in there that I just want to get out. We'll wipe all that off after the seal's in. Okay, so this is the smaller of the 2 seals. Just using a BB blaster for a little bit of lube. And this one, there we go. And get a nice little whack. Looks like it's going in too much. Give it a good old whack. If it starts to go in a little bit on an angle, if you can pull it back out, pull it back out. If you can't, just try hitting on the opposite side. This one went in a little more on this side first than this side. But now it seems to be good. As we lose everything. Let me wipe my Hands off. Let's clean this guy up a little bit while we're in here. Because this I won't be able to power wash. Not easily, that's what we're not going to go crazy. Just a little bit. So this seal wasn't leaking that bad. What was leaking is what you're seeing here. Most of this crap. Alright. It's chilly. Alright, so let's put this side back together. Am I forgetting anything? No. I'm going to do the carb last. And the gas tank. The gas tank, then the carb. So let's go over here. And I'm going to have to fix this wire. I'll do that off camera. I'm going to cut this off, put a new end on it. Because this was soldered together at some point. It must not have been staying. So I'll cut this off, I'll put a new end on it. And for now, if I need to kill it, I just need to ground this wire. So I can just go to any piece of metal and it'll shut off. So we are going to put this guy on. Make sure your key is still in here. I don't know if you can see that guy right there. Don't lose that. And you just line up that key with that. Put this guy on and then put your bolt on top of that. And remember what size that was, because I don't remember. This guy. This is normally a 19 millimeter, I believe. Oops. Put your battery die, because that's the cool way to do it. Alright, that should be good. If you get any crap on the magnets, make sure to take it off. Alright, I can feel compression with no oil in there, so apparently that little bit of PB Blaster is helping. So don't forget to put oil in it either. This goes after. So let's throw the gas tank on next. Yeah, let's do the gas tank. Did not have time to drain out all this crappy gas, so I don't know if I put all the bolts back on here. So we're going to let this gas run through because it's not really that bad. I did steal a little bit to see what it would do. I was using it for cleaning something, and it seems fine. I threw it on the fire. It's burning great. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this directly into here. It smells good, actually. Alright, and then we're going to put the... I know you're not going to be able to see this. I'm do this a little better. So that connects right there. And because I'm trying not to make a huge mess, we're going to put the carb on with the gas tank. It would be smarter to do this with no gas in the tank. And this seal, if you're having issues with it, you can replace it. Mine is alright. I might come back and replace this gas line, but the more I look at it, it was just crap on the top. The gas line's actually fine. So I'm going to put my 2 bottom bolts in. Basically, this engine was just leaking at the seals on the crankshaft, so that's why I took it all apart. There was no other real issues. The carb, I think it's the gas is not the greatest, but it was still running fine. If you look back at the original video, I think this will be video number 3 on this motor. I might leave. Make sure you leave these loose until you get that front bolt started, because they hold the whole thing down. There we go. Should have remembered that, because this one was a pain in the butt. Holy crap. Who knew? Ta-da. And untighten these two. I would not go crazy with that. So we have to discuss this. So I need to figure out, let's open, let's close. Okay, so we need to make this guy be controlled by this lever. So what we have to do is you have to line this up with the throttle plate closed, which right here is closed, with the hole on here. Let's see if I can get a better view. So what you need to do is make sure that's all the way over, make sure this is all the way over, that's closed, and we need to make a mark on that little piece of metal right here where that is, because we need to make a little U in it, like the end, something like that, so that it'll hold it in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it, because that's where it needs to bend in it, and we're going to bring that up. So that is where we want it up. And it needs to be a little bit in front of that. So make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. Alright, that's perfect. So I just made a little mark in there. Now I'm going to put it in the vise, which is among the pile of crap over here, and I'm going to bend it. In this case, I am going to bend it. I want it straight up there. So let's see if this guy will do it. And then I want to bend it directly back the other direction. Or it doesn't matter, it could be on an angle. It just needs to hold it in place. So I'm going to bend it this way. Yeah, there it goes. Now before I get crazy, I'm going to make sure it works. Bend it. So it works, but we need to get it in place now. And that's usually the fun part. Getting it all to line up. It lines up there. We've got to get to go down in here. There we go. Alright, so now you can see it better. You can see what I did over here. And there. And now if it come out, you can go full bore. Ignore this because it needs to go back a little bit, but it still works just as it's supposed to. So that's what you do when you remove the governor. I know I didn't have a chance to cover that in the last one because I was waiting for the for this seal to come in. So, and then this is the choke. Can't forget. This has to go on here, and this is how you choke it. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to put this on. I don't have this gasket for testing purposes only. We are going to use this without a gasket. You can make a paper gasket. That would probably be the easiest thing to do. Don't forget this vent from the valve cover. And this guy is on here. And we have this on, this on. And don't forget your one that goes down from the top. Then, I think we're done, minus putting oil in and the cover. Alright, so let's throw the cover on real quick. Hopefully we don't lose too much gasoline. So let's do that one first. Alright, we're going to do this guy first, the top corner, because it's the hardest one to do. And you can lose it right away. Alright, so we're going to put this cover on. I'm going to put that bolt in there first because this one likes to be a pain in the butt. There we go. So let's get that guy started. And we'll worry about the rest. If you drop that one and you lose it and you cannot find it, go and open the cover back up again. Otherwise it may end up in the flywheel. And that would cause all kinds of hell. Including make the engine probably never run again if you ripped apart the coil. And tighten these up. Click. That's my torque value. So, okay. So we got to put oil in it. Which I am going to just use this 5W30 that's sitting right here. I have no idea what this is supposed to run, but that'll be fine, at least for getting it started. You can always change it. I will look it up and see what it actually runs. If it's like 38 or something, I will change it. But it'll get all the crap out of it. It's so cold out. Ah, that's the other thing. Project Farm was using this in their engines. This stuff, I can't believe what it does. It's So I've been testing it out a little bit. So we'll put a little bit of that in there. And we'll just hopefully not have overfilled this. There. Let's see. Let's see what that registers as. Looks like it could use a little bit more. Alright. Just check it one last time. Wipe off all the oil I spilled. And then we'll give it a quick run and see what it sounds like. Make sure it's not, yeah, that's perfect. It's just a little under the full mark. So that's good. Alright, so let's give this thing a test run, make sure everything's good, then we'll call it a day. And that's how to replace your seals and remove the governor on the Subaru Robin engine. The governor video is before this, and removing the seals is before this. This is the reinstallation video. I would have done it all in one, but I didn't have them all at the same time. So, alright, let's go run this. Oh, and for general maintenance, I would just say replace the spark plug as well while you're doing this, but I don't know. If this thing's going back in a go-kart, whatever, we'll use it. So. Turn the gas on. Choke this way. Alright, so I'm going to let that run for a couple minutes and then just check for any leaks. And yeah, it's really cold and it started on the first pull, so that's always a win. That was pretty easy. The two seals is really all it needed, plus that seal on the carburetor, which we'll take care of another day. So all the links for these things are going to be in the description below. For the seals, for the silicone, for a carburetor for this thing if you need one, and yeah, so I'll see you in the next one.